Hey, in this video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of buying a newer home or an older home. I get this question all the time. Should I buy an older home? Should I buy a newer home? I really like the character, but I don't want to deal with maintenance. And so I get this so much that I just want to make a video on it to really clear the air and to help you make a better decision on what best suits you, because really it's a preference. And so I'm not going to tell you what's right and what's wrong, but I'm going to help navigate you through this process of making a better decision. And we're going to get started right now. Hey guys, Tyler here, the real estate guy here in Omaha, Nebraska, helping you make better home buying decisions. And today we're going to be talking about just that. How do you decide if you're going to buy a newer home or an older home? So I really want to just start that conversation and clear the air of any misconceptions that you may have on buying a newer home or an older home. So let's get started. First off, let's talk about newer homes. There are obviously pros and there are some cons to that. So let's go over the pros of some of the things when you are buying a newer home. Well, first and foremost, I'd have to say that when you buy a newer home, you're going to have less maintenance. You will tend to have more updated appliances or more updated features in a home compared to an older home. This isn't in all cases for older homes, but you tend to get newer stuff in newer homes. The other thing that you really should think about and be aware of is that for newer homes, they have updated codes that are probably up to code compared to older homes that are maybe grandfathered in or aren't up to code in some areas. The other thing that I would say is a value to a newer home is that when you're looking at the city planning department, they plan out where neighborhoods are going to go, where commercial areas are going to go, shops, that type of thing. The homes are going to be more conveniently located when it comes to amenities. When it comes to just, it makes sense that a home is here, a school is here, a park is here, because they've planned it out from the very beginning. For example, where I live in a home that's 1 block from the elementary school, 1 block from the middle school, and 4 blocks from the high school. And my home was built in 2005. It just makes more practical sense compared to living in an older, more established neighborhood that maybe were not planned out as well compared to a newer home. Now, when we consider the cons of a newer home, there are some. And more than not, people like location. You hear that all the time, location, location, location. And while they are great locations, they tend to be on the outskirts of the city. So if you want to drive to downtown, or you want to drive to an urban area in the middle of town, you got to drive there. You're going to have to get in your car, take a 15-20 minute drive, and you're to get to where you want to go. Because usually those more metropolitan areas are more downtown located, and people build out from there, making that around the rim of the city is where all the new construction is going on. The other thing is, we'll talk about, depending on the price point, is the character of the home. If you're getting more of a tract house, a home that's a builder builds hundreds of these, you're not going to get much customization. You're going to see the exact same house next to you or down the street. And while they are very efficient and make practical sense when it comes to where the garage is, the kitchen is, the laundry room, the mud room, they just don't have the character. It's not a unique home. You can look right next door and you know what their house looks like. And if they're bringing in wood floors, well, you know they're putting wood floors in the kitchen or the dining room because that's the only place to put them in the home. So you lose out on some of that character. Now, I say not in all cases, because if you start getting into custom homes where you're building, in regards to our location, a custom home can be built for about $400,000 to $500,000. You're going to get a lot of character in a brand new home. You're going to get those touches of design and thoughtful input when it comes to how a home should look. You're going to get that in a newer home if you are willing and able to build in that price point. And then the last con for a new home is the location it is in. Now, I mentioned that the planning department works together with builders and makes things make practical sense. School, park, home, shopping. But for the most part, you're in a suburban area, so you're gonna have to get in your car to drive to anything that you really want to do, unless you're really close to a school or a park. But when it comes to amenities, more than likely you're gonna be getting in your car to drive to wherever you may want to go. So let's talk about older homes. Well, the first pro for sure, by far, is character. You're gonna get a ton of character in older homes because they're unique. They're different compared to other homes. And people like being different. That's why there's so many different types of cars, name brands of clothes, makeup, everything that you can think of. People like that uniqueness, so that's why people tend to elect to go with an older home, because it's unique, it's different, it's special to them. Another pro that is a big deal for older homes is better locations. Not locations in regards to schools, parks, and all that stuff, but location to more the nightlife. The nightlife that people may be looking for here in Omaha. We got the Dundee area, we have the Blackstone district, downtown. All these different areas, Exarban Village, are very popular for walking and shops and food and desserts. And those are all located in central Omaha. Well, surrounding central Omaha is older homes. So you can find older homes that are more conveniently located to all this stuff. And if that is what you're looking for, then that's what you want to consider. The other thing that people really don't realize when they're looking at homes and they forget is about landscape. You get mature landscape in newer home or in older homes. You get mature landscaping. In newer homes, you might not have as much mature trees around you or as more established landscaping. You're going to get more of that in older established neighborhoods. And that for a lot of people is a big deal. People are like, I want to live in a house that has trees around it. I want to feel like I have more privacy because of the trees that are around me, instead of looking out the window, seeing that tiny 10-foot tree in the front yard and then the next door neighbor in their kitchen. That's not in all cases, I'm just being funny here. But that is something really to consider. Now, when we talk about the cons of older homes, the biggest one that we see most often is repairs. Well, if you buy a home that's 10 years old, you know that the furnace and the AC, the windows, the roof, and the siding are all only 10 years old. But when you get to an older home, like built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, some in here in town are in the 20s, in the early 1900s, are the windows replaced? What is the age of the furnace? I've seen 50-year-old furnaces before that are still working. Blows my mind. But all these things are of concern to somebody that's maybe you, a first-time home buyer buying a house for the first time. You don't want to chuck out a ton of cash on these repairs or something that breaks down a few days after you move in. That is the worst. So to kind of overcome this, a lot of organizations have come up with home warranties. Home warranties are really popular here because they cover these major expense items that potentially could break down at any time. So for $400 a year or $50 to $60 a month, you can get a home warranty that covers the furnace, the AC, any plumbing, anything on the interior of the home that may break down that could cost you a lot of money. So having a home warranty, in my opinion, is an essential element of buying an older home. And for all the homes that I've bought that were older, I had a home warranty on all of them. The other thing when it comes to a con for buying an older home is homes tend to be outdated. Now, I'm sure you have seen, I know I have seen older homes that are updated. Some may be all the way updated, some less updated, and some not updated at all. Well, that is one of the things about updates. You're gonna see different styles in these older homes. Some with newer stuff, maybe completely done, and it could be a phenomenal deal. But I've seen in older homes before where I've seen 3 or 4 different types of flooring, different types of vinyl, different types of carpet that they put in because they're updating certain areas and not others. This tends to have more money out of your own pocket to actually update these homes. But that's really the cons of buying an older home. Here's really what it comes down to. Decide on a location that you want to live. Decide on the area of town that you know you want to be, or that your job's gonna be located at, or something that's convenient for you, because people care about location, and I'm sure you're already relating to this. From that point, find out what's around there. Do you find newer homes in that area? Do you find older homes in that area? If you find both, take a look at both. If you have an option for both, my obvious suggestion is buy a newer home that's gonna have less cost, less maintenance, less repairs. But if you don't have those options, look for an older home that has all the updates done, has the new furnace, AC, new windows, roof, siding, all those things. Look for homes like that. Now, if you can't find that, or it's not within your budget, then you want to start utilizing that home warranty that I talked about earlier. Buying a home that has more outdated features or older appliances or utilities, and putting a home warranty on that to ensure that your pocketbook does not go broke because now you have a broken furnace or a broken AC. That's what the home warranty is designed for, and it's very, very valuable. For $200, I had a furnace and an AC replaced personally that normally would have cost $7,000 to $8,000. So that's what I would recommend when it comes to deciding first where you want to live, and then seeing what your options are and keeping your options open, because there are some phenomenal older homes, there's some phenomenal newer homes, and vice versa. So keep your options open, and if you do have any questions or you want more advice on how to start, or you're looking in Omaha, I would love to help you. We get calls from all over the country. I just got a call last week from somebody in Brazil on moving to Omaha. So I absolutely love it. I would love to help you and help you in this home buying process. Or if you have any questions at all, feel free, reach out, put a comment below. And I want to hear from you. What do you care about in a home, and what's important to you? Put that in the comments below. I read every single comment, and I'll be sure to reach back out or answer any questions you may have. Other than that, guys, I look forward to seeing you maybe here in Omaha yourself looking for a home. And if not, I'll see you in the next video.